Greetings everyone, it's Darren from Decibel Guitars here. I wanted to give you guys an update. It's late at night, it's after midnight, I think it's almost 1 a.m. It's October 3rd now, I guess. Just thought I'd do a little two-part update. I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on, and I also wanted to just sort of give you guys an update as to what's going on in the shop, where I am with the CNC, how things are going with the prototypes, and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of you guys have been very patient. There's quite a few of you that have builds already in progress that are kind of delayed. And of course, all you people on the waiting list, I'm really thankful for your patience. But anyway, I just thought I'd let you guys know what's going on. Things are progressing really, really well. The last few months have been really tough. Making the transition from being a designer to being a machinist and a machine operator has taken a lot more energy and a lot more effort than I anticipated. So my business plan's kind of out the window right now. I'm going to have to revisit it and see what I can do about getting things back on track. So I do apologize for that. Things have just been taking a lot longer than I thought to get the machine up and running, and then to start building jigs and templates and get my machine code down so that things are running smoothly with as few accidents and tear-outs and things popping off the table and getting destroyed and spinning off into other things. And it's really been quite a trial. But things are running really well now. I think I've sort of crossed the last major hurdle, and I've been running a number of prototypes. I've been building prototypes so that I'm not destroying wood that's earmarked for customer builds. So that's what's going on with that. A lot of prototyping and building and trying really, really complicated things, just so that when it comes to getting the sort of bread and butter, meat and potatoes, other food analogies, when I get to the customer builds, everything will be smooth as silk and as error-free as possible, because I don't want to have to do any rebuilds or rework at all. So that brings me to my next point. I'm really excited to show you guys this next prototype. It's something I've been really working on. It's kind of been developing over the last few months, and this is way more complicated than anything I've ever built. So I'm going to show that to you now. Here it is. This is what I'm calling the Javelin R, and for those of you who've known me for a while, you know that I've always loved the Ibanez Radius and Joe Satriani signature models, and I've often considered it to be one of the most beautiful guitar designs, but also extremely comfortable, just because of the way the body's contoured. So I kind of wanted to do my own kind of version of that, my own take on that, drawing on that for inspiration. And so this is what I've come up with. It's the same Javelin silhouette, the same signature kind of hooks and carves, but instead of just being a straight flat radius top, you can see it's got a teardrop profile. So at the bottom edge here, it is fully rounded, and at the top edge, it's more of an elliptical shape. So it's really smooth and contoured. Extremely comfortable to play. The controls are still recessed, the bridge is still recessed. This is all entirely curved right here. This is a one-piece maple top, by the way. It's got a little tiny bit of spalting there, but for the most part it's just a really wild, wacky maple top. I'm going to spray it with some denatured alcohol, and you can see the figure pop out. So really crazy stuff. And it was just a piece of wood that I grabbed I wanted to do a really quick one-piece prototype, or one-piece top. And the back is basswood. It's just come off the machine, like probably about half an hour ago. I gave it a quick sand. There's still a lot of detail sanding to do, just to get off some of the rough edges and tool marks and things like that. But that is the Javelin R. And I'll show you the back. This is kind of my new heel. With a strong bevel on the top there that sort of dovetails into the neck joint and the neck carve. So nice sort of thumb rest there. That's the cavity for the brass block. Instead of using individual string ferrules, I use a solid chunk of brass, which really sounds great. Output jack location, as you can see, that still needs a lot of sanding and touch-up work. And the control cavity. Now here's the extra special thing with this, is this is hollow. I don't know if you can see in there, but it is hollow. There are cavities underneath the bridge. There's solid wood, and surrounding the pickups is solid as well, so that you don't get any air moving in the pickup cavities, which can cause microphonics. So basically from about here back all the way around the back here, this upper chamber and up to about there on the top horn is all hollow. This one is hollow between the pickups. I've got another one in progress that's getting an Evertune bridge that has a lot more structure in it, because the Evertune bridge takes up a lot of space on the front, and it also has a lot of its guts on the back, so it needs a lot more structure underneath the pickups and through the center of the body. So that one's coming up. That's the next build I'm going to be working on. I'll probably throw it on the machine tomorrow while I'm working on tons of other stuff. So that's the Javelin R hollow. I'm just going to grab something to tap this thing with, and it'll give you an impression of what it sounds like and what difference the hollow cavities make. So just got a pencil. So these are the sort of solid areas around the pickups. There's about ½ an inch of wood, or ½ inch of wood all the way around the pickups. Solid, hollow. And you can sort of see how the frequency changes depending on where you hit it. So hopefully that'll give it a very nice lively response, and an interesting sort of bloom in the character of the notes. But and of course everything I've heard about the combination of basswood with a maple top is that it sounds fantastic. And in this particular case, because of the structure of the body and the way it's carved, you can sort of make out the seam there. If I zoom out a little bit. The body is actually split 50-50. The top is entirely maple, the back is entirely basswood, and the two halves are hollowed out while they're still blanks. Then they're joined together, glued together, with the hollow cavity in the center, and then after that's glued and cured and set up, that two-piece body blank goes back on the CNC, and all the outside contours are carved. So it's a pretty involved process, and like I said, this is probably the most complicated thing I've designed and cut on this machine. So I've got a few more things to do on this, and that'll be hopefully if things go well, I'm going to be getting a few customer builds out the door in the next few weeks. But also, I think the third week of October, there's sort of a guitar day at Exotic Woods in Burlington, Ontario, where I get a lot of my hardwoods from. And myself and my friend Brian Bose, who I do design work for, we're going to be exhibiting there. So if you're in Southern Ontario, or even upstate New York, Western New York, anywhere sort of within reach of the Greater Toronto area, come on out. I think it's October 20th, and that's at Exotic Woods in Burlington. And I'm hoping to have either this guitar or the other Javelin R prototype on hand on display there. And it'll be really cool. Last year was their first guitar event, and it was amazing. There were tons and tons of builders came out, and lots of beautiful stuff on display. So there we go. There we are with the update. Once again, I thank you all for your patience. Things are really moving well now, and expect to see a lot of really cool stuff coming out very soon. Thanks a lot, and take care and be good to each other.